You're free to do that. Maybe if you want to correct me or whatever. The problem still remains. You made a biconditional. Either you're saying that God is like must be logically necessary because it's metaphysically necessary, so the identity statement, or you're simply saying that metaphysical necessities must coexist equally with logical necessities.
No,
You denying this, thinking it's not true, or saying there's confusion is a claim of denial, not a rebuttal or an argument that defeats it. That's what I'm
no.
trying to show you. What do you mean
So
no?
no, the argument is very clear. Okay, so
Okay.
you're saying that my biconditional statement, which is asserting that God is biconditioned to the laws of logic, such that if the laws of logic fail to exist in some world, then God would also fail to exist. You're saying that that statement
Yeah.
affirms that God is logically necessary. Hold on, wait, give me a second. Hold on.
I think you don't know the difference between a normal conditional and a biconditional. This is
No,
embarrassing.
no, don't. No, wait, hold on.
See, if
Yo,
you
what's good,
say
Tron? What's good, Sexuality?
if you say God needs to have the laws of logic to exist, I don't disagree with that. But it's not the same thing of saying if and only if. There's a difference.
There's no way he's confused on this. What?
That's the problem. He
Yeah,
is.
cool. So let me just restate what I said one more time, right, with the
Okay.
argument, and hopefully this time you can give a response. So
Okay. Hopefully.
modality is a language, okay?
Yeah.
Modality is a language in the sense that we have a set of axioms or laws, and then we can check whether things obtain in these given sets of worlds or types of worlds where these laws obtain as well. So the laws of logic, right, would be the laws in question, and then we have different logical worlds, quote unquote. And then given these logical laws, we can say, okay, can this sort of thing exist? Now, the difference between types of modality is the scope, okay? Laws of
Mm.
logic or logical laws, their scope is conceptual things, so intentions, the meaning of certain words. That's why something can be logically contingent and yet exist in no possible worlds, according to philosophers like Kripke, for example. Because despite them talking about intentions, in reality, it's something distinct. So most philosophers agree that logical possibility does not, or logical necessity, sorry, doesn't guarantee, it's not no logical necessity, logical contingency, sorry, does not guarantee existing in any possible worlds. Now you're saying that my claim that God is biconditioned to the rules of logic guarantees logical necessity, but that's false, right? And the reason why it's
Why?
false is because to say that something is logically necessary is to say that the intention of the thing, the meaning of the word in question,
Yeah.
guarantees that it,
Нещо.
anyways, the meaning of the word in question
I'm sorry. Can you
guarantees.
repeat the sentence from the beginning? Because it
Yeah, it
was.
was free. I don't know what he was doing. But
It
logical
was.
necessity or logical contingency, whatever, when we talk about that, what that means is that given the concept of the term, okay,
Mm.
its existence is either necessary or contingent or impossible. Okay? I've
Mm.
already told you the concept of God does not generate any contradictions on its own. When you
Yeah,
say,
that's a
okay,
claim.
however,
See, I'm sorry to stop you there, but that's
wait,
the
wait, wait, wait.
claim. I
When you
want
say,
you to explain why. You
okay,
keep.
wait,
Yeah,
hold on, wait, 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 okay,
you
Wait,
just
wait,
do it
hold on,
again. You
hold on,
just give
hold
a
on.
denial.
I
Can
already
y'all
explained.
remove the soundboard?
I already explained why. I already explained why. Look.
What is the
So, for
explanation? Can you
example,
say that again? Maybe I was
yes,
not
so
tracking.
let's just define God as this sort of intelligent personal creator. Okay, if
Mm.
I
Mm-hmm.
say this intelligent personal creator does not exist
Yeah.
logically in a truth table, if I was to write out a truth table, right,
Yeah.
and say this is P, I can also
Yeah.
represent not P, and there would be no issue with that in a truth
Okay,
table.
that's a claim. That wait, no, that's a claim. You keep making the claim. That's
Okay,
not evidence. It's
what
not
would
a rebuttal. It's a claim of denial. See, this is exactly why I'm saying you're not
oh my
addressing
god,
at all
wait,
my
hold on, explain,
defeaters.
just stop, just stop. This is not a mere claim. This is just how logic works, simpliciter. Okay,
That's
when we
another
talk about
claim.
logical,
That's what I'm
hold
putting
on a
into
second. When we
question.
talk about
See.
logic, just stop. When we talk about logical possibility, yes,
Mm.
if it can be represented in a truth table, it's logically
Mm.
possible. Okay, that's what logical
Oh, can
contingency
you do
means.
that for me? Can you
Now,
do that for me? Because what you just said is just not true. That's not how truth table works. Truth table works in a different way. Truth tables is whenever you have a bunch of propositions and then you have some type of symbol or like logical connective. You know what a logical connective is? Is the type of symbol that makes the connection, quote unquote, between two propositions. For example, if I say P and Q, and will be the symbol of conjunction. If you say P implies Q, the arrow going to the right will be the symbol. That's a logical connective. A truth table, you have a proposition, then
yeah,
you have a connective, then you have another proposition, and so on and so forth. Okay, you could make
yeah,
different types of. Okay, that's what a truth table is. If you put P and then not P, you would have a contradiction if you put them
yeah,
in the same like how do I say it, in the same like square, in the same like label, okay? If you then make different propositions like with different separations within the truth table, you don't obtain a contradiction. This is how truth table works. You saying that putting P and no P does not create a contradiction is a total misunderstanding of
That's
how a
not what I
truth table
said.
even works. Yes, that's
That's not
what
what
you
I said.
said. You said that putting that God exists and not exists in the same truth table does not create any problem.
No, that's not what I said. That's not what I
That's
said.
what I said.
What
We
I
can
said
appeal
was
to the
that
recording.
what
But
I
please
said
tell me
was
what you
that.
said. Yeah,
Anyways, what I said was that, just to be clear, what I said was that any
yeah,
proposition that can be represented in a truth table would be called
yeah.
logically contingent. That's what I said. Okay.
Mm.
Now the issue
How is
here
that
is
any
this:
different from what I said?
when you want to justify your claim, because keep in mind, your view is this. Your view is that
See,
because
there
God,
was a soundboard. There was a
okay,
soundboard. You need to
sorry,
repeat
so I'll
what you said.
repeat. Your view is this, okay? Because what I
Yeah.
initially said was that anything that can be represented logically on a
Mm.
truth table is logically contingent. And then you probably misheard. I don't really know what happened there. Maybe I
No,
misspoke.
you're
And
talking about no. We
but
again, once
wait, hold
again,
on.
I'm not dumb. We can put to the recording.
No.
Allegedly, verbatim out of
Wait,
your
that's
mouth, you
irrelevant.
said those
Wait,
words.
that's irrelevant. Like I already said, Axility already said. Maybe I
Yeah.
misspoke. I don't want to go and
Okay.
derail and like go check the record. That's not relevant.
But then there will be
Regardless, if
intellectual
I
dishonesty.
misspoke, this is what I meant to say. Anything that can be represented on a truth table is logically
Yeah.
contingent. You keep
So the
asking
low
me.
excluded middle can be represented on a truth table. Now, is the low excluded middle a logical necessity, or is it simply contingent?
Sorry, say that one more time.
So the low excluded middle, just like the other two laws of logic, they are completely representable in a truth table. Does it mean that now they're like just logically contingent, as you said earlier, or are they still logical necessities?
They'd be. Hold on a second. Do you not think that the law of excluded middle is logically contingent as well as logically necessary? Like those two things aren't
That's not
mutually
what I'm
exclusive.
asking you. That's not what I'm asking you. Didn't ask you to flip the question on me. I ask you, can you answer the question? If you
Yeah, yeah.
have
The
a
law.
truth table, you will be able
Yeah,
to still
I'll answer
represent
you.
things
The
such as
answer.
the laws of
I'll
logic,
answer for
okay?
you. I'll answer for
So
you. The answer.
so I'm asking
Look,
you, are
I'll
the
answer
laws of
for you.
logic simply contingent, or are they
No.
also
That's
logical
a loaded
necessities?
question now. Now you're changing the question. The initial question you
What?
asked me was, if you can represent the law of excluded middle on a truth table, does that make the
Yeah.
law of excluded middle contingent? Now, given how I
No, that's not
define
what I asked. That's a
contingent,
straw man. We can put the recording again. That's a
hold on a
straw
second.
man.
Hold on a second. Just stop. Right? The answer is yes. I don't know if you didn't know this, but the laws of logic are consistent with themselves. So when we say that something is logically contingent, that means that it's consistent with the laws of logic. It's trivial
Mm,
that the laws of logic are consistent with themselves. Therefore, when they
mm.
can be written on a truth table, they would be contingent. That's trivial. That's not like a gotcha moment. That's just basic logical fact. How can
Okay,
you
you
disagree with
don't?
that?
Okay, you don't? Yes, I don't disagree with that. I don't know why you're attacking Strowman. If that is your tactic, then it's failing miserably because I already told you. First of all, that's not what I said. I don't know why would you try to change my question. We can appeal to the recording. That's not what I said. Stop changing the terms. Second of all, to talk about what you said earlier, you said that it will be irrelevant or some shit. No, it's not gonna be irrelevant. It's actually relevant because then you will be conflicting with the conditions. You cannot say maybe I misspoke when everybody heard you and it's impossible for you to literally forget what you said like 20 seconds ago. You literally said out of your mouth the proposition God exists and God does not exist does not create any problem whenever you put that on a truth table, which that's not how it works. That's why I made the correction in the first place. But the correction happened 10 seconds after I heard you saying those words. So how could I invent it? Makes no sense. Third of all, you keep talking about other things, in my opinion, that are not relevant. What you're referring to is how logically necessary propositions are still considered possible propositions. A logical necessity is still going to be possible by its definition. We don't disagree. That's not the disagreement. My question was not if there were simply contingent or simply possible. My question is, even though you can represent the three laws of logic on a truth table, and as you said, there will be contingent, does it mean that they are just contingent? Or are they also still, regardless of that, they are still logical necessities? So, no, you didn't answer the question. So, could you answer to it now?
Yeah, so now that you've changed
Are
the
they still
question,
logical necessity? No, I never changed the
wait,
question. Once
hold on a
again, we're
second.
going to put the recording, but
Can
please
you let
answer.
me hold it? Just stop. Okay, just stop.
Yeah.
Okay, so just to respond to the two things you said, look, the first thing is the reason why I said maybe I misspoke is because, quite frankly, I don't think we have to go and talk about something that doesn't really matter. Whether I said something or I didn't say something or I meant to say something else is irrelevant. That's just like stupid meta debating gotcha tactics. Let's say this, okay? Maybe I did say what you said, okay? That's fine. I'm now re-clarifying. We can move on. We don't have to go to that point again. Now, as for the response, yes, so it is also the case, right, that just because something is merely contingent does not make it only contingent. That wasn't a claim that I've made. I was just demonstrating to you how contingency works within the logical modal scope, which is that something is logically contingent just in case it is consistent as a proposition with the laws of logic, and thus it can be represented on a truth table. Now, something is logically necessary, as a proposition, right? Its denial, its falsity
Repeat
is
yourself because
in.
somebody was using some
Okay.
I don't know, weird noises. Say the sentence again.
Okay, so I'll just repeat it. So the first thing I said was this. The reason why I said maybe I misspoke is because I don't think we
No,
need
no,
to
no. I
go and
heard you.
talk
I
about.
heard you in that part. I'm
Okay, cool,
saying.
cool. So what, the
Oh,
logical
okay.
contingency stuff?
No,
Okay,
yeah, you
cool.
said
So
that you agree that like it doesn't that you were not making the claim that just because it's contingent now it's like it doesn't mean it's not necessary. By the way, I
yeah,
wasn't
so
saying that you said that, but continue
yeah,
from that
that's fine.
point.
So no, I'm answering your question. I never said that you said I
Yeah,
said it. The question
yeah,
I'm
yeah. It's
answering.
okay. It's okay. It's okay. That's why
Yeah,
it was just a clarification. I know.
yeah,
So
yeah.
keep going with that.
So what I'm saying here is this, okay? So something is logically contingent just in case it's consistent with the laws of logic, right? As in its truth is consistent with the laws of logic. And then something is logically necessary just in case its denial is inconsistent with the laws of logic. So given the concept of the thing that we're analyzing, if we deny that thing, conceptually speaking, there's a logical contradiction that's generated. Now, the concept of God that I've talked about here is this sort of tri-omni intelligent creator, right? For example, when I deny that concept, when I say there does not exist a tri-omni personal creator, logically speaking, right, within the intention of that statement, I don't detect any logical contradiction, which is why I don't believe that God is logically necessary. However,
That's
when you talk about, hold on, however,
uh-huh.
I gave the view about God being bi-conditioned to the laws of logic. And you sort of thought that because God is bi-conditioned to the laws of logic, that means that he's logically necessary. But God being bi-conditioned to the laws of logic is a metaphysical fact, as in God's nature entails that logic exists in some form, in some real way, whether it's a part of him or something like that. God's nature entails that. And so that wouldn't be a metaphysical, that would be a logical fact, sorry. That would be a metaphysical fact. That would be a metaphysical claim. Okay, that wouldn't be
Mm,
within the intention of the statement.
yeah, I got you, got you. You
Yeah.
done?
Yeah.
Okay. That's all. Okay, so the first part you just say you don't really want to get into the meta debating, you don't think it's relevant, whatever. But when you said it's irrelevant, that you keep presupposing that there was an actual different intention from what you said. Okay? So like you meant something different from what you said. That's exactly the point of disagreement. I don't believe that. That's why I'm accusing you of intellectual dishonesty that conflicts with the condition. It will be relevant to the dialectic. Even if you want to say, for the sake of the argument, that you didn't say that or whatever, like, okay, that's fine. Let's grant that. It's still not going to change the fact that inherently in its nature, this will be potentially relevant to the argument or like to the dialectic. I'm sorry, not the argument, but to the dialectic. Okay, now, getting that apart, I understand you don't want to talk about it. So even if you respond to that, I'm not gonna respond back because I understand you think it's useless. Okay, so let's proceed from that point. Now to address what you said, you keep talking about this distinction within metaphysical stuff or like a logical stuff. However, you did answer my question. You said no, just because they're like contingent, logically contingent, doesn't mean that they're also necessary. Okay, that's fine. You answered my question. So things that are represented on a truth table, that means first of all that they are logically contingent, but it can also mean possibly that they are necessary. In the case of the laws of logic, they would have to be necessary. We agree on this, right? I'm asking for confirmation. We agree on this, right? 100%?
Wait, agree on what? Someone sent a picture pack and it like caught me off
Yeah,
guard.
yeah. It's okay. So when you said that the truth table, you have some stuff in that, that means it's logically contingent. However, you can also have like something that is necessarily true on a logical level as well. We agree on that, right? Such as
If
the laws
something
of
is
logic.
contingent, if something's contingent, it could also be logically true. Is that what the question was?
Yeah. So in a truth table, you have a proposition that means it's like at least logically contingent. But then you could also have something else as well that is also logically necessary, such as the laws of logic that can be represented by the truth table. No
Yeah,
disagreement with this, okay?
yeah.
Basics, right? Okay, so then the only thing that I heard you saying that is like a disagreement with what I said is simply you saying that you don't believe that denying the existence of God creates some type of problem, like on a logical level. You don't think it's gonna create some type of problematic. You don't think there's like a contradiction. That's once again just a personal claim. Matter of fact, I even heard you say that you don't personally see, maybe you didn't use the word personally, but you said that when you do the truth table, whatever, you don't really see a contradiction there. Okay, but then that's a personal belief, that's a personal claim. I'm asking you for the evidence for an argument about that, which is what you're not providing. And regarding the if and only if, you keep confusing only if and only if. Those two are different, by the way. Only if is whenever you're stating a necessary condition. For example, if I say Mark can beat you only if you can fly in the sky, you see, when I say only if you can fly in the sky, that's not going to be the sufficient condition. It's going to be the necessary condition, or basically the Q, not the P, right? However, when you do P and if and only if Q, then what you're saying is that you must have P and Q at the same time. So if you say that God exists if and only if because of logic, then what you're saying is that logic as well exists if and only if God also exists. Now you claim that this was a metaphysical affirmation, but no, it would have to be a logical affirmation because now you just made it dependent and contingent on the notion and modality of logic as well. That's what you're not defeating. You're just going on repetition without addressing the yes, which is why
That's not how it
I'm
works,
correcting
bro.
you on your confusion, because you're confusing it with saying that God exists only if logic exists, which means to say logic must be a necessary condition for God to exist even metaphysically, because God would have to be coherent and rational in nature. But then that wouldn't mean obviously that just because God exists, it must be like a necessity on a logical. That's only if. It's not the same of if and only if. But you said earlier you made the black conditional. So you're still
No.
conflicting your own position by your own words. You're not give a defeater. I don't know what to tell you no more.
Okay, so look, it's
Honestly.
been like 3 minutes. I'm gonna give like a pretty short response. In response, look, when we say that God's existence is guaranteed by the existence of logic, that's extensional. So when we're talking about logic, we have intention versus extension. I think I've used these words like 100 times now.
That's only if.
Extension refers to
That's
show me,
only
I'll let
if.
you talk.
See, that's
Hold
only
on a
if.
second. Look,
Attack
I'll
it.
let you talk. Hold on a second. I'll let you talk. Just show me the same courtesy, okay? Because I don't want to do this bugging thing. Okay? We're talking about extension here. It's like
Yes.
extensionally speaking, as the objects in reality, God and logic are interdependent or codependent or biconditioned, whatever you want to say. But intentionally speaking, there is no connection between the concept of God and the concept of logic, given how I've defined God. Now, you keep asking me to prove this claim, like prove that the concept of God does not entail a logical contradiction if denied. Well, look, I've already defined God for you. We can go through each law of logic, and I can tell you now that it seems as if each proposition in the laws of logic is consistent with the concept of God being denied. So, the law of identity, right? A
That's
equals
another
A,
claim. I
right?
want you to
I
give
say,
the evidence. That's the same claim.
Just stop. We're gonna go
See,
like
this is
right,
not the
right.
interjection to not
Just stop.
making the argument. I just want to
Just
give the
wait,
clarification.
wait.
That's the claim. I want you to give that.
Let me finish. Just let me finish, because I didn't cut you off one time. Either I thought you
Yes,
were.
but continue from that point. And
So
this is
look,
just to
what I'm
tell you,
saying here is,
continue from that point. I'm begging you.
just stop. So what I'm saying is that we can
Yeah.
go over each law of logic, and we can
Yes.
put it in a conjunction with the proposition that God does not exist, and we can
Yeah.
see if that conjunction, I'm not on the proposition, that conjunction is possible or not. And I'll ask you. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. So the first proposition is A equals A. Okay. That's
Yeah.
law of identity. So we can just represent A equals A under the proposition of P. Okay. And then we can say God doesn't exist equals not Q. Let me just get the logical operator for that. Not Q. Okay.
Maybe you can type that out.
Given this, is there a contradiction with saying
So A equal A, and what is the little tilde? I don't know. You say that in English. What is that symbol?
That's not Q. Not.
No, I'm not talking about the tile. That because that's the toll symbol. I didn't ask for the toll symbol. I asked for the tile, the one between the A and the P. It's not the same thing of the toll and symbol.
One between the A and the B, or the A and the P.
A and P. You see, there's like a little
supposed to be a
wave.
dash. Just ignore that. That's not really relevant.
What do you mean that's not really relevant? So why would you put it in there? What does that mean?
P represents A equals A. I thought that was pretty clear based on the structure of the sentence.
Okay, so if you say God does not exist, then it will be negation of P, not negation of Q. This is begging the question because you're already presupposing. Yes, because you're already presupposing that God existence is not contradictory to God existing on a logical way. But the problem is that a contradiction by see, can I finish? The problem is that a contradiction by definition will be P and not P. Obviously, if you put God does not exist and you represent that proposition as not Q, obviously it's going to be problematic.
How it works, Axility, just stop. Keep in mind, this was within my speaking time where I asked you a question that you didn't fucking answer. So don't go and ramble.
What question did I not answer?
First of all, hold on a second to stop, because now I'm
No,
gonna
you just said that I didn't answer the
No,
question.
no,
Just
no, no,
me
no.
which
It's
one?
fine. It's fine. I'm gonna educate you right quickly.
Which I don't want you to get like a better. I just want you to tell me what is the question you thought I don't answer. What is the question you think I didn't answer?
Hold on a second. Throughout the whole conversation, I've been good faith enough so you finish every single one
And
of your
I'm being good faith as well. I'm just asking you, what is the question that you think I not responded to?
Shut the fuck up, and I'll tell you what you didn't
Okay,
respond
I
to.
don't care about you telling me to shut the fuck up. I'm just asking you a simple question.
I'll tell you what you didn't
What
respond to.
is the
I'll
question
tell you
you
what you didn't
think I did
respond
not
to.
respond
I'll tell you
to?
what you didn't respond
Which
to.
one?
Okay. So the question I asked you was, does
Yeah.
that question, does that conjunction there entail contradiction? And then you said, you're begging the question because you're assuming blah blah blah. And I'm going to respond right to
Yeah.
both of those things that you said. So look, the first thing is
Okay.
this: when we count propositions in logic, we count by
Yeah.
concept. Okay, so
Yeah.
conceptually, if two things mean different things, they're different propositions, right? If I say axility is black and divinity is white, those
Conceptually,
mean different things. They're different concepts. They have different meanings, so they're different propositions. They declare different things. The sentence "God does not exist" declares a different thing from the sentence "A equals A." Those declare different things. So yes, they are different propositions. I'm not begging the question. What you would be
yeah.
saying is you're trying to say in some way A equals A
Mm.
logically depends on
Mm.
God's existence in some way. But using logic alone, using intentions alone, there's no way you can reach that conclusion. So I'm going to ask you again, right? In what way is A equals A, as in P,
Okay.
and not Q? In what way are those contradictory? Because it's not by concept.
You done? So that I can
Yeah,
respond.
you just ask the
You
question.
made you made two blunders. First blunder is you just said that a conceptual distinction implied that there's a difference in the proposition. That's absurdity and that's pure nonsense. It also shows that you don't know anything about medieval theology or just in general scholastic theology or just in general anything about philosophy at all. Why? Because it's literally common knowledge among the people who started like they are interested in this type of topics that conceptual distinctions are a form of virtual distinctions and vice versa. And the point is that no virtual distinction and no conceptual distinction is a real distinction. That actually they're not really distinct. So now you saying that two things being conceptually distinct implies a difference in the proposition, that's retarded. A difference in the proposition happens when if and only if you have a real distinction, because it will be a real, like literally, not just using the term, but like as a composite word, real distinction, because like there's a real one. Conceptual distinction just means that there's a distinction insofar as we're understanding it in our mind. It doesn't mean that when it comes to reality that two things are actually distinct. So that's the first blunder that you made, but I'm correcting you, so that's fine, hopefully. Second blunder you made, you want me to answer the question. So let me ask you a question. Do your parents know that you're gay? Oh, what are you saying? See, you don't want to answer the question because you think it's loaded, because you think that the presuppositions in it are like false or like wrong. They do not appeal to reality. Oh, you see, that's the same thing for me. The reason why I didn't answer your question is because your question has a presupposition in it. Namely, the presupposition is that the identity claim A equal A can be identified as P. Now you said that the proposition God does not exist is identified as not Q. That's begging the question, and that's your presupposition I disagree with. In my ideology, in my perspective, God's existence is equal to his essence. That means that the intention of God is the same thing of his extension, if we want to use the same terms that you tried to use earlier. So that means that whenever you try to deny God's intentions, which means on a logical level, you're also denying his extension, which according to you will be some shit on a metaphysical level. So either way, you're still gonna have a logical contradiction. The only difference is I have my view on ADS and stuff. You have your view where you don't think God is like a logical necessity.
Yeah.
This is just a claim. You proposing this is simply you giving the same claim again. That's why I'm calling you out for begging the question.
Yep.
Can you address
Okay.
this?
So look.
Or we want to
So
go
you said I
circular
made.
again?
Okay. Anyways, you said I made two blunders there. Okay.
Sure.
So the first blunder that you said I made is that I was talking about how conceptual distinctions entail distinction and proposition.
Proposition,
And then
yeah.
you said, no, that's not the case because of some early medieval scholastic bullshit. Look, I know about what the scholastics said also. right? So like one of the key points about conceptual distinction and distinction is intention. One of the key examples people use is like Hesperus and Phosphorus, right? So the morning star and the evening star. Now, if it's the case that the propositions differ intentionally, but nonetheless are co-extensional, so they have the same referent, then you could say that they are the same proposition. But clearly, when I talk about the laws of logic versus God's existence, the extension is different. Unless you want to say that the laws of logic are the same thing in reality as God, which I never made the
That's
claim.
exactly the point. Yeah,
Oh,
no, I know that you. I know you disagree with
hold
that. I
on,
know.
wait. Why is he getting so jumpy for?
I'm
Look,
giving you confirmation. I'm
hold on a
saying I'm
second.
going with you.
Hold on a second.
Uh
Keep in
huh.
mind, this is a criticism of my position because I
Mm-hmm.
said that I don't think that God, under my definition, is logically
Yeah.
necessary. And then
Okay.
you, unless you're trying to say that God and the laws of logic are co-extensional, as in they refer
That's
to the
what I'm
same
saying.
object in reality, right? Which, keep in mind,
Mm.
that's not my that's hold on a second, keep in mind, that's not
Once
my
again, I'm
position.
going with you. I'm
Hold on a
giving
second,
you
wait.
confirmation. So
Stop,
keep
stop,
going. I'm
stop,
following you.
stop.
Keep going.
Why'd you keep doing this thing where you talk over me? Did I speak or actually,
Because
you know
you
what's
keep
fine? When it's
saying
your turn to speak,
irrelevant
I'm gonna interrupt.
stuff.
Cool. Look, anyways, unless
Okay.
you're trying to make the claim that they have the same extension in reality, which keep in mind, I
Mm.
don't think that's the case. I never
Yeah.
said that's the case. Then obviously it's
Mm-hmm.
not true, right? When we say that the different conceptions does not entail distinction and extensionality, they would entail distinction and extension in this scenario because the difference in conceptuality also has a different referent in reality. Under my view, God is a different object from what the laws of logic are. He just sustains
Mm.
them. It's a relationship between
Mm.
the two. That's the first thing.
He
The
sustains
second blunder
them.
you said I made,
Wait, did you say he sustains them?
just stop. The second blunder you said I
I'm
made.
asking you
The
for
second
confirmation. You
blunder
just
that you
said
said
that
I
he.
made. Okay, cool. We'll put the second blunder on hold. What's your question?
Did you say? Did you just say that he sustains them? God sustains the laws of logic. Is that what you just said? Did I hear
God,
you correctly?
God,
You
God
just said the
sustains the
difference is
logic,
that he
or
sustains them.
wait, hold on. God sustains the laws of logic. The laws of logic sustain God. Is this sort of interdependence relation?
No, I'm just asking you. Did you just say that God sustains them? The laws of
Yeah,
logic.
that is why I said yeah.
Okay, so the laws of logic do not precede God. So once again, you consider that God is a logical necessity. Once again, you just buried yourself. What the fuck?
Hold on a second. The laws of logic do not precede God.
You just no, they do not precede God because okay, look, let me tell you. In my worldview, God is identical to the laws of logic. Okay, now in your worldview, you just
Yep,
made a distinction between them. Okay, so I
yep,
don't know how precisely works in your worldview,
yep,
but you just said that God sustains. You just said God sustains them.
yep.
So if you say that, wow, that's a concession right there.
Wait, wait, hold on a second. How's that concession from the main point? The
I
main
just
point
told
is
you.
that, hold, just stop. The
Eh,
main point is that God is a logical necessity. And then you're
yeah,
saying, me
right.
saying that God sustains laws of logic and the laws of logic sustain God in this symmetric dependence relation. You're saying,
Yeah,
that that's a
I mean they're
concession.
on the same
How's that?
level. They
How
need
is
each
that a
other.
concession?
They're on the same level. How is the look? Listen, you literally
Wait,
said a
no,
screenshot
no. I
earlier.
don't want the gibberish. Just how's it a
Can I
concession?
answer? Can I answer?
Hey,
I'm
yeah,
literally
go
answering
ahead.
you. I'm literally answering you, bro.
Wait, how's it a
Literally.
concession?
Yeah. So the reason why it's a concession is because I told you you sent earlier an image, and this image has logical possibilities as the bigger set. Inside of it, you have metaphysical possibilities, and then you have
Oh, this
physical
guy is gonna
possibilities.
kill me, bro.
How the heck is the set of logical possibilities greater than the set of metaphysical possibilities? If to even exist, the set of logical possibility requires the set of metaphysical possibilities in the first place. That's already a contradiction on your worldview. I
Yo,
attacked this like 10 different times.
you're
For 10
misunderstanding.
different times, you did not give a single
No,
rebuttal on this.
you're
Rather, you
misunderstanding.
were just repeating yourself on saying, "Oh, you know, but there is a distinction between metaphysical necessity and logical necessities. You know, God means this, and that in the intention, but so it doesn't even create a contradiction in the extensionality in the intention." That's all you said earlier.
Bro,
How
look,
does this
you're
address
misunderstanding.
anything?
You're misunderstanding. Look, the image that I sent before, hold on a second. Look, in the
Yeah.
literature, when we're talking about metaphysical modality, most philosophers call metaphysical modality the broadest sort of possibility. So it has the broadest scope. For example, Kuhn's, Proust, Kripke, they all call it the broadest.
Broadest?
Hold, just
So
stop, just stop. Because
even
look, I
larger
let
than
you speak.
logic?
Why do you keep talking over me? Look,
No, I just mean no. I just want to understand. Wait. I'm being dead ass. Just trying to understand. You just said the broadest. You mean like even broader
yeah,
like
but
than
when we
logic?
say broadest, what broadest means needs to be clarified. In the image that I sent initially, what that
Okay.
image is supposed to show is not what sort of logic is greater or bigger than the other. What it's supposed to show is the relationship between the logics. So if something is logically impossible, then it's also
Mm,
metaphysically impossible, and it's also physically
yeah.
impossible. If something's
Okay, but let me
metaphysically
ask you: is there
impossible,
something that is logically possible that yet does not have to happen on a metaphysical level?
Yeah, something could be logical.
Okay, so then you just made the set of logic greater than the set of metaphysics. You're dumb.
Wait, hold on, wait. When you say greater, what the fuck does that mean?
What? So what do you think I mean to say whenever we're talking about set theory and I'm saying that a set is greater than the other? What do you think I'm saying? Have you not studied mathematics when you went to middle school?
Sorry.
What do we mean to say whenever I say
What
that
does it
set
mean
X is
when
B is
you-
greater than set
hold
Y?
on a
What do I mean to say in your opinion?
What does it mean when you say one set is greater than
It
the other?
means it has more. It means it has more elements.
Yeah, but wait, hold on a second. The laws of
But you have
logic.
agreed with me.
Wait. Stop.
Yeah.
The laws of
Yeah.
logic aren't sets. It's a language. What do you mean that the laws of logic has greater elements than the laws of metaphysics?
Yeah. So the elements are the propositions, genius.
Wait. The laws of logic contain 3 propositions. The laws of nature
The laws
contain
of the 3 laws of logic are the 3. It's not they are the 3 propositions. By the way, you don't even get your basic your basic facts right, bro. Like, come on, bro.
You're misunderstanding again. The laws of logic. When we say the laws of logic as a set, within that set, as in within that
Yeah.
title, there are 3
Yeah,
propositions, and then you're saying
yeah.
the laws of logic contain more propositions than the laws of nature. I don't know what that means.
No,
What does
you're
that
not
mean?
understanding. No, they see that's
Of
another
course I'm
Strowman. I don't know.
understanding.
I don't know why you're attacking Strowman. What I said is that the modality of logic, right? So the set of logicality in its entirety contains more elements, or like if you want to call them propositions, it's fine. It contains more propositions than the set of metaphysical modality or metaphysical possibilities. That's literally why I asked you earlier the question. Do you think that there's something that is logically possible yet does not have to be metaphysically possible? Why would I ask you that question unless I was talking about literally propositions within the scope of logicality and metaphysics? Why do you think I say that?
That's what you mean. Hold on a second. If that's what you were meaning to say, then of course there are propositions that are logically possible yet metaphysically impossible.
Okay, that means that the set of logic is greater than the set of metaphysical.
Can I answer the question?
Metaphysical stuff.
But that doesn't get to what we were talking about initially. Look,
yes, it does, because if it is the case that the set of logic is greater than the set of metaphysics, then it means that whenever you make a biconditional between the two of them, then you're literally contradicting yourself.
Logic implies that God is a logical necessity. Now, I told you that I don't think that God is a logical necessity.
Yeah.
And I showed you, like, if we
that's
go
what we put into question.
Laws of logic, anyways, I showed you if we go through each of the laws of logic and we make a conjunction of the denial that God exists. Given the concepts of the propositions, there's not seem to be a contradiction generated. And then you said,
once again, that's what I put into question. I'm still waiting for you to give an argument about that.
Just stop. And
I'm giving you
said that I don't know anything about philosophy or early scholastics, because the scholastics think that conceptual distinctions did not entail real ones. And then I said in response to that, hold on a second, that presupposes that God and logic are coextensional. I don't take that.
Not really, because putting God aside entirely, you can still have the distinction between conceptual distinctions and real distinctions.
And then you said in response, that I've made a mistake, I've made a concession or something along those lines. And you just never elaborated on how the initial view has been conceded upon. So are you going to show me how me saying that God sustains logic means that they are coextensional?
Yeah, you done?
That's why I stopped talking. Yeah,
okay. Yeah, because like sometimes people speak and then they stop and then they keep speaking again. So I was just asking for confirmation. It's okay. You said you're done. Okay, yeah. So let me tell you. You just asked me a question. You just asked me, can you show me why would I have to be coextensional? Buddy, I already did. You made the biconditional. What do you mean when you say coextensional? You mean coextensional in the sense that whenever something is extensional, it also have to be intentional in a way such that if it is intentional, then it is also extensional. Obviously, that would have to be the meaning you're using. Otherwise, we will be talking about literal nodes. Oh no! And then that nigga gonna backtrack again. Okay, but look,
that's
listen,
not the meaning of coextensional.
See, okay. Then let's clarify. What do you mean when you say coextensional? Because what I mean to say is that God being identical with the laws of logic, that entails that God is a logical necessity. Now, even earlier when you made the biconditional within metaphysical stuff and logical stuff, that also implies that the God's metaphysical necessity depends on the laws of logic, just like the laws of logic depends on God's existence as a necessity in metaphysics. That will make God a logical necessity as well, because it's a if and only if. It's a biconditional. I already gave you the correction on why maybe you meant to say the only if conditional. Maybe that's what you meant. I gave you the chance to redeem yourself. You didn't take it. You kept going with this biconditional, and now you're getting cooked because of that mistake.
No, it wasn't.
So what do you mean to say when you say coextensional? Please go ahead.
Look, I just want to request politely. Look, if you don't know what I mean when I use a term, Don't like
Yeah.
ramble on about what you think I mean. Just ask me the question.
But then why
When
would you accuse
philosophers
me
say,
of wait, why would you
when
why would
philosophers
you
say,
ask me
shut
to prove
the
that God is
hell up,
coextensional? Why would you ask me to prove that God is coextensional
you're
unless to say that God is coextensional will be my
trying to do
position?
anything about what I'm saying. Why don't you just shut the hell up and let me
No,
speak
see, this is
for
a
once?
serious
Look,
question that I'm
you're
asking you.
me now.
Why
What I was
would you
saying
ask
initially,
me to
what I was
prove that
saying
God is
initially was
coextensional
when we
unless you
define
believe that this is my
coextensionality,
position? Why would
when
you
we
do that?
define coextensionality,
If
when we
that is my
define
position, then you means you're
coextensionality,
predicating it
when we
off of
define
something. So
coextension,
what
no
is
one
it
can
that you're
hear you by the way.
predicating off of?
No one can hear you by the way. Look, I don't understand. When we define
Yeah, I don't
coextensionality, this is what
understand.
you
Yeah,
asked me. You
true.
said, what do we mean when we say coextensionality? Then you went on a ramble point. I'm going to respond to that as well, by the way, before you try to cut me off.
Okay.
When we define
Okay.
coextensionality, in this
Yeah.
context, all that means is that two concepts have the
Yeah.
same referent. So water and
Had the
H2O
same
are
what?
shut, bro.
But
Have the
I'm asking
same
you,
referent.
buddy, stop being
So
an
why don't you just
ignorant
listen
whenever I'm asking you something. I don't stop being
one
like
more time?
cowardly like that.
One more
I'm just
time.
asking you. What do you
One more
mean?
time. They have the same referent. So water and
Reference.
H2O are coextensional. They have the same they refer to the same thing in reality.
Exactly. That means that they
Stop,
are
stop, stop,
identical. So that
stop,
means that you're
stop,
saying that
stop. Why are you talking
extensionality
over
is the
me
same thing of
again? Why are you
intentionality
talking
and
over
vice
me
versa.
again?
What the
Why are you talking over me again? Why are you talking over me again?
bro?
It's like every time I make a
Bro.
point, he tries to talk
Then
over me and
everybody
then
missed
like
the
bring up a
point.
new point. Look, I'm gonna respond to everything you've said. Wallahi, you can't stop me from responding. So I'm gonna keep talking till I get everything down. Okay, that's the first thing. That's what coextensionality means. The second thing is you have yet to explain to me, yes, why God and the laws of logic are
Yeah.
coextensional under that view.
Okay.
Because under
You
my
don't.
view, they are not coextensional, and that means if they're not
Yeah.
coextensional, by the way, that means that the intentional distinctions actually imply extensional distinctions. When I posit God, I'm not directly positing the existence of the laws of logic. Okay, that
Yeah.
relationship is going to be something else that's distinct in some way, maybe metaphysically implied, but it's not logically or conceptually implied from the concept of God that I'm positing the laws of logic. And so, in that sense, there is once again, for like the
Yeah.
19th time,
Yeah.
no contradiction. Also, who's this other guy? Sorry, just give me a second. XGLO, that's like a common example used by like almost all philosophers in the literature that use that example. But anyway, right, what I'm asking you
Mm.
this is this. If they're not coextensional and they refer to
Mm.
different objects in reality, then when
Mm.
I refer to them in my mind and I declare them to exist, I'm declaring
Yeah.
that different objects exist in reality. So then
Mm-hmm.
what's the contradiction that's being generated when I say that God does not exist and the law of identity is true? What's that contradiction?
Okay. Yeah, now I can respond, hopefully. By the way, nice shifting of the border of proof, because notice how that was me questioning you for why you'd say there was a contradiction. There was no contradiction. I ask you, that's a claim. Can you give now an argument or some type of evidence or proof for why there's no contradiction there? And the best thing that you were able to give me was literally to just say, oh, because you know what, I put them on a truth table, I don't see any contradiction. I then educated you because I told you, first of all, that's not how truth table works in the first place. Second of all, even if you want to say that, that will still be your claim or your personal perspective on how you see. There's not an actual argument. There's not a proof against what I'm saying. It's not a defeater. Does not attack anything. It's just a claim of denial. It's just you claiming the opposite of what I'm claiming. It doesn't really work that much. Or maybe it's just you repeating yourself. That's why I'm saying it does not help your case. You've been going circular the whole time, and then you accuse me of going circular. Even though I think it's intuitively clear to all the niggas, hopefully, who are tracking in the VC, literally what you're saying is completely contradictory to what you said even earlier. Because now you just said that something is coextensional whenever it's like you have the same object that is basically identical. You even made the example with water and H2O. Now you then continued further confirming this, because now you said if two things are like not coextensive, they're not coextensional, then it means that they are different objects in reality. Thank you for conceding to the fact that whenever two things are coextensional, you're saying that the intentionality is the same thing of the extensionality, which is what I said at the beginning before you began to speak.
No, what
This
the
is
fuck is
literally
wrong with
what it's.
you?
Oh yeah, and then he's gonna interrupt
That's
me.
not
And then he's
true.
gonna interrupt me. Okay, okay.
Wait,
See,
wait, hold on. Just let me
that's a little bit
politely
of
cut you off
hypocrisy.
there, 'cause that's not true at
That's
all.
a bit
Wait,
of hypocrisy. But anyways,
wait,
just to finish this off,
okay.
right? Just to
Let me
land
just
my plane.
understand.
My point is, while you keep trying to give some type of rebuttal, I'm showing you you're not able to. You always have to rely on some type of circularity, that you simply deny what I say. You simply claim the opposite of what I say. You simply think that what you said is true. And then, as the last beach, as the last final move, ultimate attack that you tried to use was literally to switch the burden of proof, to shift it, literally to say, Axility, where's the contradiction in God existing? And come on, bro, you could do better, bro. Come on, you could have done
Okay,
so much better, bro. What the
he's
fuck?
done. So look, I just
Yes,
typed
I'm
out what
done.
he said. I'm
I
gonna do
want
the
you
auxiliary
to. Yeah.
tactic. I'm gonna do the auxiliary tactic where he
Okay.
quotes what I said in the rec, and then he says, you know, bro, you actually make a blunder here. I'm gonna give you the chance to redeem yourself. So this is what he said. He
Mm,
said, when two things are co-extensional, the
mm.
intentionalities are the same. That's false.
The
That's
intentionality and
completely false. You
extensionality
just
will be the
hold it.
same.
Shut the fuck up. Shut your
Wouldn't they
mouth.
be the same if they're the same
Once
object?
again, shut the hell up. Shut the hell up. Once
Okay.
again, it's false,
Oh,
right? If I talk
that's
to
false.
Yanni or Umbra or Vertigo or Espera and I
Mm,
say, look, man,
mm.
I think that not Samuel, I think that
Yeah.
Clark Kent cannot fly, but I think Superman
Yeah.
can fly. The
Yeah.
intentionalities there are different. As a matter of fact, the propositions in general would be
Mm,
have different truth values or different truth values, at least stochastically speaking. However, the extensions are the same. My concept of Superman differs from
mm.
my concept of Clark Kent. When I think of
Yeah.
Superman, I think of a different object than I do of Clark Kent.
Mm.
Yet they are the same in reality. So the
Yeah.
claim that two objects are extensional, co-extensional, just in case they have the same intention, Italia, spaghetti, is fucking false. That doesn't make
Yeah.
any sense. It's gibberish. The whole point of hyperintentionality
Yeah.
versus co-extensionality is to make that distinction that two objects, just because they have differing intentions, may have the same extension. That's the first thing.
Mm,
Obviously, it's
mm.
trivial that if two objects have the same intention, they have the same extension as well. But if, yeah, I'm fucking racist, do something about bitch. Anyways, if two objects have the same intention, they'd have the same extension. That doesn't mean that if two objects have differing intentions, that they automatically have differing extensions as well. Okay? That's the first thing.
Yeah.
Now, the second thing that I want to say is this.
Yeah.
I didn't question Beck. I demonstrated how there's no contradiction. Here's how the
What was the
conversation
proof? What was the proof? What was the proof? No, no, no. I'm just gonna press you on this because I know for a fact that you gave no fucking proof, no fucking argument. What is the proof?
cállate. I demonstrated
Hayate.
how
What
the
does
propositions,
that mean? Hayate.
cállate,
Is that
I
Japanese?
demonstrated how the propositions are consistent.
Is that a
Here's how,
Japanese
I'm going to
word?
repeat how the
Hayate.
conversation went for you. Here's how the conversation
Karate. You do
went. I
karate.
told you that logical contingency, logical
What is the proof for
possibility
why there's no
is defined
contradiction? What
as
is it?
being consistent with the laws of logic. Okay,
See,
I
what's the
then
proof?
listed out all of the laws of logic for you, and I made a conjunction, and I
I
said,
already
given this
gave a defeater to
concept,
that. I already told
shut
you why you were
your
begging the
mouth,
question. So I don't know
shut
why would you
your
try to
mouth,
say that you did
shut
not beg
up.
the question because you
Stop
gave an
talking,
argument when the argument that you gave is
stop
exactly
talking.
what
Look
I
at
accused
me
you
now,
for
Alex, baby,
whenever
look,
I
my name
told
is
you that you
Amadeo
were literally
Radiano
begging the question. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Ooh, more G's. Okay, are you done?
Wait, are you gonna say Hayate, Hayate,
Are you
Hayate
done? Are
again?
you done? Can I speak now? Can I
I
finish
wanna
my
hear
point?
you again saying Hayate,
So once
Hayate,
again, I was going to
Hayate. Say that
continue
again.
that.
I'm sorry. I
So
wanna hear that
I
again.
showed how the concept of God, under my definition, does not generate
On
an
your definition, yeah.
inconsistency when
Your
conjoined with
definition is what I
the
put into
concept of
question.
the
See,
law of
you're not
identity.
tracking. You're still going
That would
circular. That's
mean
exactly what I
that
put into question. I put into
God
question the
not
validity
logical,
of your
fully
definition for why your definition must be
entail
the
the
case.
truth
So now you just
falsity
admitted that
of the
you're
law of
not begging the
identity.
question
Okay, so that's
because
very
you're
clear
using your
that I've done that
definition.
now. And then
Genius.
your
That's literally
response
you
to the
confirming
proof,
that you've been
right?
begging the
Your
question the
response
whole
to the
time
proof,
because that means you
your
have to
response to
presuppose your
the proof. I got
definition
too
in
much,
order to
man.
give a demonstration for why your definition holds. You're
So I already
retarded.
figured out that, the laws of logic are dependent on a greater set than the laws of metaphysics, and the laws of metaphysics have greater than the laws of nature, and the laws of nature. My name is Axility. I have 5 fucking glazed in the chat. They think I'm better than C. You know what I mean? Fucking
That
bastard. Let me
was
finish what I'm fucking saying. What's
that was
wrong?
a good rap song. Maybe you should, I don't know, like do some
Maybe
freestyle
you
with
should. I don't
Hannibal. But
know. I
anyways, can
don't
you
know. My
trust
name
what
is
I said earlier?
Axility. I have a syndicate. They all glaze me.
Yeah.
They all suck my wiener. All of that.
Yeah.
Fucking bastard. Can I
Okay.
finish what I'm saying now? So once again,
Yes.
the proof that I gave was this: the
Yeah.
concepts of the words do not generate
Yeah.
a contradiction. And then you said to me in
That's the
response, "What?
claim. That's
Hold
not
on
the
a
proof.
second.
That's a
Hold
claim
on a
that I put
second.
into
Hold on a
question. You're
second.
going circular. This is now argument by repetition fallacy. You're not saying anything new. See,
Anyways,
you're
then
being
you said in
demonic, bro.
response,
Come on. By
you
the
said,
way,
"Well,
I think
this
everybody can
guy again
testify.
now.
When you
This
behave
guy
in
again
this
now.
way,
The guy just
when
keeps
you
wanting
behave
to
in this
talk.
way,
I don't want
that's
to stop
demonic.
talking. I'm not going to
I'm
stop
telling you,
talking
even
until you let me
biblically
finish the
speaking,
point.
what you're
I'm
saying
just
is
going to keep
demonic.
saying it
Like, I'm
all
sorry,
day
I meant
long.
to say
I'm
what
going to
you're
keep talking
doing.
all day
Not what
long
you're saying. What
until
you're
let me
doing
finish
is
the point.
demonic. It will
Okay?
be demonic behavior.
Until you finish the
Don't do
point.
that.
Until you finish the
This is
point.
just a suggestion, by the way.
I'm going to. Oh my God. This
Bro,
guy.
you're just going
Okay.
circle. Look, I'm just gonna
You're
check
just
what you
going
said earlier.
circular.
You
You know,
just made an
you're
example with Clark
circular all
Kent
the
and
time, bro.
Superman
You're
saying that
circular
the
all the time.
person has a
Activity,
different
so please, you're
concept
going
of
circular
Clark
all the
Kent
time.
and a
You're going
different
circular all the
concept of
time, bro. You're going
Superman
circular all the time because you're trying to
because
go
he
the
does
same. You're
not
going
have
circular
the
all the time.
knowledge that Superman is Clark Kent. So
Boy,
you
why can I
said
say
that
my
they
point?
have different intentionality, even though in
When you let me
reality
finish the
they
point,
are the
I'm
same
gonna finish the point.
object.
You don't want to let me finish the point,
But
bro.
you're
I don't know
not
how you want to let
tracking
me finish
because
the
you
point. You might
just
not want to
made the
finish the
whole
point. You don't want to
matter
finish the point, bro. I want to see the point.
propositional
I
in
want
a
to say, I want
relative
to
way.
make it speak and be
You
so like
just made it
really,
subjective
slowly, like
because you
please.
basically
You know what I
used the
mean? You want to
personal
want to this
belief
when I'm
of the
going to leave when
individual
I have a
to
cynical
say
people
the
and so another way
intentionality here is
who
distinct,
I
yet
am.
is the
I'm
same object
Italian
in
guy,
reality.
Italiano,
But
like
this is
Italiano,
exactly
like
the
Italiano,
problem. It is not
sweet,
analogous
con
at all.
sauce in the
Because in
tomato
your
sauce, you know?
example, the
So when I'm
person in
talking about the
question
tomato sauce,
with
the
the
Parmigiano,
different
the Reggiano,
concepts
the
of
Parmigiano,
Superman
the
and
Reggiano,
Clark
the
Kent,
Parmigiano, the Reggiano, the
since he
Reggiano, the
doesn't have knowledge of Clark Kent's real identity,
rapping and the singing and the thing and
what
the
you're
reacting and the
basically
acting and the
saying at the
rapping
end
and
of
the
the
rapping
day
and
is,
the acting, you know what I
oh,
mean?
I don't
When
know
I'm talking
the
about the rapping
difference
and the singing
between
and the
X
acting
and
and the
Y,
acting and the rapping and the
or
singing, you know?
I know the difference
That's what I'm
between
talking
X and
about when I'm
Y,
talking about the rapping, you
therefore
know?
X and Y
I've
are
got
the
people in
same,
chat that are
or
just
vice
chatting a lot of
versa.
shit and I don't even
X
know
and
what they're
Y
trying to
are
talk
not the
about right
same.
now.
But the
So look, do you want to
problem is
conclude
that
now?
what we care about is
Do you want
not
to
the
conclude now?
belief, it's
Do
not
you
the
want to conclude now?
personal belief
You want to
of the
conclude now?
individual that
You want to
matters.
conclude now?
What matters is
You
what
want to conclude
corresponds to
now?
reality.
You want to conclude
So
now?
even though the
You want to conclude now?
intentionality
Do
of
you want
a
to conclude
word
now?
under
Do you want to conclude
according to
now?
the same
You
individual
want to
may
conclude
not
now?
be the same
You want to conclude
intentionality
now?
of another
You want to
word,
conclude now?
that doesn't
You
mean
want to
that
conclude now?
the
You want to conclude now?
objectively that the
You want to
intentionality of
conclude
that
now?
term does
You
not
want to conclude
correspond
now?
to its
You want to
extensionality,
conclude now?
which is
Yeah, you
exactly
want
my
to conclude
point.
now?
So
Yeah, you
you
want to
yet
conclude
to
now?
give it the feeder.
Yeah,
You
you
have
want to
yet to give it
conclude
the
now?
feeder.
That's an opponent. Please stay focused if you
What
gonna
the
Pull up
fuck?
again
Why
and my
would
aim
that
in his
nigga
hand.
put some
Pull up again, got a
soundboards?
pen in my hand. I'm who love, I'm aim for dead. Pull up
See,
again,
so
say
now I
for
want
dead.
you to
This
give
is
it the
how come
feeder.
leaving
Can you
my
give it
bread.
the
I'll
feeder?
start with a
Or
gun in
you're
my hand.
going to
Pull up
make
again, got
this
murder on my mind. Pull
stupid
up again, got
and
cross on my
idiotic?
head. Pull up again, I'm aim at bro head. Pull up again, I'm a shave off his beard. I was
You
again
want a
with
rap
my
battle?
hand. I was outside with a blade in my hand. I was
Okay, we
outside.
can rap battle. Let
Anyways,
me
look,
take the
can we conclude
lyrics.
now, bro? I can't like this is a fucking joke, bro. Please, can we conclude?
Yeah, I'm gonna take Eminem rap god lyrics and then I'm gonna humble you even by having
Alright, look,
freestyle.
I'm gonna conclude now. I don't know what he's
Yeah,
saying.
so I want you to
Yeah.
give a refutation to what I said earlier before I get starting, you know? I'm already
No, I
clapping my
don't
hands
think I
before
need to
starting with the
respond. I think I'm
freestyle because I'm
apologizing
not gonna
instead of
put
a little bit.
Eminem, rap god. I'm gonna cook you on that. So before I'm getting to do that, please give a refutation to what I said the whole time. Go ahead.
How can I be homophobic? My bitch is gay. Put man in the top chat, see
Okay,
him
so
on
you
top
want
because
me
even the
to
stick
get
is
with the
gay.
rap battle?
One of
Okay,
my
that's
brothers
fine
did
by
that love
me.
and battle song that
That's
way.
fine by
A
me.
man that
Rap god
celebrate Eve. That's
lyrics.
the one on Christmas Day.
Look, I was
Somebody
gonna
told
raise
Jordan
you
that.
not to
That's
hurt
what
your
I told him that
feelings,
when I did that.
but
That's
I'm
the
only gonna
bullshit.
get
That's the
this
bullshit.
one
That's what I
chance.
told him. That's
Something
what?
wrong, I can feel
Guys,
it.
or
Just
just
a
took my
feeling
nail
of
and know what
God,
they
like
like random
something's about to
riding.
happen, but I
I
know
was
what it
down
all
with that pull
means.
up
If
again. I
that
was
means what I
outside
think it
riding.
means, we're in
Also,
trouble.
I took my
In
nail on my aim. I
trouble.
want to
And if
stand
he
the
uses
slide.
bananas, he
Look
says, I'm
down
not
and
taking any
look.
chances.
I was
You
like,
just
get
with the
this.
dog culture. I'm
Outside
beginning to
the block.
feel like a
Time I
rap
lean and
god,
butt.
rap
Also,
god.
call my
All
name
my
like what?
people from
That's the
front to the
bogus
back,
church.
not
I was
back,
outside with
not.
a
Now,
brother.
fix your
Also,
arms are
put my
long
name like
enough to
damn.
slap
I was outside
box,
with a pen
slap
in my
box.
hand.
They
Also,
say I
took
rap
my
like a
name
robot, so call me
that's
rap.
the least
But
that
for me to
pull
rap
up
a
and say
computer
with a
must be
blade in
my
my
genius.
hand.
I got a laptop, my
No
back,
way,
my plug a hoe and a half. I got a fat now from
I
the
was
rap
down
for
with the
minute of
guys.
an
I
and
got
got it
first
ever since
time
Brooklyn. There was still
freestyle.
an office, but Monica
Look,
love his gift and gone
son,
is now sucking. I'm
stop my
still
whip.
as honest.
Son, stop
Pursued
my
and
whip.
as indecent as whole
My name.
hell. Syllables, skill
Son.
holly, kill 'em
I was
all with
telling my
this
guy like,
flip pretty
bro,
pretty
you
pretty
know,
pop. You
you
don't really
should
want to get
leave.
into piece of match with
I
this
was
rapper rap back in the
leave.
back in the back
I
of
was
the
telling
epic
my
and was
guys,
rap crap
just
yap
him
yak yak
aiming.
yak at the exact same
What?
time.
I'm
Attending
hearing that.
lyrical acrobat
Come
sounds
on,
while I'm practicing. I'll still
come
be able
on,
to break a
come on,
motherfucking table over the back of a couple of
come
packets
on,
of cracking them
come
out.
on, come
Only
on, come
realized it
on.
was
Alright, well, let's
ironic, was signed
conclude
to
now,
have
bro.
meant after the fact. How come
Let's
not
conclude,
blow
bro.
all the disrupt F bumps
Let's
from a rite of
conclude,
attack?
bro.
Rappers are
Let's
having a rough time
conclude
period.
it.
Here's a
Let's
max bad.
conclude
It's
it. You
actually
know,
distressfully bad. But the
vamos
white will
aquí.
masterfully conscious this masterpiece ass. Cause I'm beginning to feel like a rap god, rap god. All my people from front to the back, not back. You don't know, son?
That
So
shit is
when will you give
ass,
a
bro. That
rebuttal
shit
to
is
what I said
ass. I
earlier?
was way
You're not gonna
better,
give it?
bro. I was way better, bro. I don't give a damn.
You were not way better. Matter of fact, let me give you more. Samalama duma let me use me how you what I gotta do get a true I'm super you've never take them to rubber say and say sick sharing of me it'll go to you and I'm devastating more than ever demonstrating how to give a motherfucking notice I feel let's say levitating never faded and I know they turn for I waiting for the day that they can help all of them be celebrated because I know they're getting motivated I make elevator music you make elevator music haha see
I
you just
must be
lost
high,
again
bro. I must be high, bro. I have to be high, bro. Alright,
Yo,
bro.
that
You don't
so
want
was
to
so
conclude?
now I
tough.
want you likely hopefully to give a rebuttal to what I said it earlier because you
Shut
just
up,
lost the
Axility. Shut
freestyle.
up, Axility. Nah, C1. I gave verdict to C. He wants to argue.
Look.
See,
Here's the
agree
last
to
thing
me
I'm
to
gonna
judge.
say
Agree
to
to me to
you.
judge.
Wait,
Agree
hold on.
to me to
Let me
judge,
just
C.
say this. Wait. Let me just say this quickly. Axility, I might have got a
Yeah.
bit heated, bro, but it's all good vibes from me. I don't really like dislike you. Just fucking debate shit. But look, here's the last thing I'm gonna say about the
Mm,
thing. Look, bro. This is how I
mm.
see it. Okay, something is
You're
logically
black.
inconsistent, just in case, like the concepts of the propositions
Mm,
can't be true at the same time. But then the
mm,
concept of God, under my view, and the concept
mm.
of logic are different. So
Yeah.
it wouldn't make any sense to say that they are logically inconsistent. That's my position.
I already understood that, but now you just confirmed once again that that is your position. That's what I put in the question and I asked you for proof of that. You didn't give it, and you just made the claim again.
Wait, the proof was in the pudding, right?
Oh, no, bro, if really that's the excuse you want to use, is that really you? Like, is that really the excuse? You're not
Yo, see,
tracking.
what
No,
Is
was
that
you
no.
the
smoking
excuse?
on?
Genuinely, I think there's a difficulty in proving that things are actually there isn't really a difficult. That would be weird to say. I don't think there's a difficulty in proving things are logically contradictory. I think it's kind of simple. We look at the concept of the words, and
Yeah.
if the concept of the words, like for
So you're
example, like
basically saying it will be easy on my part, will be more difficult on your part, so you don't want to do that.
no, as in
Yeah,
like
maybe if
Wait.
only the work could work in that way, bro. I'll be the one to sign up for a work that works like that. Whenever I have some difficulties, I'm just gonna say, you know what, I'm not gonna do that. Oh,
no,
Me,
no, no.
me.
for
I
you,
get
it's
it.
easy,
Wait,
it's
wait.
easier for
I
you,
have
it's
a
simpler for
question,
you.
bro.
Okay, you go ahead first. Bye bye.
Wait, I have a question for C. I have a question
Yo,
for C about his initial proposition. He was talking about what symmetric dependence. You realize when you make the proposition about symmetric dependence
Why
yeah,
is
is
this
this
in the
nigga
is
metaphysical,
this
yapping, bro?
is
Bro,
this
shut
Tron?
up, bro. I don't wanna you
Tron,
yapping.
wait,
Yes, it
Tron.
was strong. No,
If I was to fly you out, could we fight, bro? Because you were in chat the whole time, just talking a lot, bro. Like if you were in chat or this number name guy 22194, if I flew you out, would you be able to fight, bro?
you done.
Nah, I'm just asking, like genuinely, I'll fight you up.
Anyway, see, what I said still remains since from the beginning. The whole, like, no offense, no, not trying to get offensive, no anything, but the whole time you been going circular in it. I was asking you for the proof of that position. You keep saying, "Oh no, but that's my definition. That's how I see. I understand. That's how you see it. I don't care about how you see it. I care about what you prove and what you're not able to prove. What you can prove, what you cannot prove. That's what I care about. In a
But I
debate,
proved it
especially."
though. I feel
You
like I
no, you
proved
didn't. No,
it.
okay.
No,
Once
didn't.
again, you didn't
no,
prove. You
You
just
didn't,
stated
nigga.
the. You just
no,
you just
wait,
stated
wait,
the.
wait,
You
wait,
just
wait,
stated the
wait,
belief and the
wait,
position and the claim. You
wait,
didn't
wait,
prove
wait,
that.
wait, wait.
That's
Hold
why
on,
you then
hold on,
shifted the
wait.
button of. That's why you
Just
then tried
chill,
to
bro.
focus on the
Why
whole
you doing it? Just
dialectic.
chill,
See,
calm
can I
down.
finish? Can I finish?
Calm down, wait.
Okay.
Hold on,
Look,
I was gonna explain
can
how
I
I
finish?
think.
That's why you literally tried to move up the whole thing, focusing the dialectic on me, showing you why there is a contradiction. That was like, no, I don't want to say good. It was a smart, quote unquote, move on your part because you tried to be smart, but it failed because I'm still tracking what you're saying. I remember
Exility,
what I
can I
was
drink
saying
your
as well.
cum? Can I drink your
Wait,
cum,
No,
hold
nigga,
on.
Exility?
nigga, shut up.
Axility,
No,
Axility. I
nigga, shut
mean,
up.
once again,
So,
I think. Hold on a
bro,
second,
that was begging
bro.
the question, bro. Come on, be honest.
No,
With okay,
bro.
even if you
It
even if you say
no,
like you want or whatever, but can we at least be honest and
no,
say in that moment you were begging the
no,
question, kind of,
no.
bro?
Like, I'm gonna explain why as well. I'm gonna
Okay,
use the
bro,
example
that's
that
such
you're
intellectual
using.
dishonesty,
It's
bro.
like,
I'm done with
it's
this.
not. It wasn't,
I think,
bro.
see, I think
No,
we can go
bro,
to
can I
conclude. I
speak?
think we can conclude.
Can
I don't
bro?
think you're gonna say anything new that I didn't hear before.
The recording bot's not in VC anymore. That's why I'm trying to say.
What?
Let me explain with Kripke's example in more depth. Okay?
Cool
Like,
creeks. I don't disagree with his ideology,
no,
making some type of
wait. Just
distinction between.
let me explain it then quickly. Okay? So the water
That
H2O,
doesn't matter.
just the way it just broke. Oh my god! Oh my god! Fuck,
Don't
bro. Can you
say
just
the name
speak,
of the
nigga?
Lord in vain.
Let me
So why would you even
speak,
do
bro.
that?
You keep talking over me, bro. I don't know what's wrong with you. Let me just speak. 1 second, man.
So that's a
Fuck
good
me.
reason to invoke the name of the Lord in
Oh my
vain.
days.
Yo,
That's a good
stop
reason,
server muting
apparently.
me.
Bro, someone
Yo,
just killed
whoever
me.
server mutes me again, I'm slapping C, bro.
Someone killed me, bro. Someone just take my
Yeah,
life.
Trani was me who muted you.
Look,
You're gonna
anyway,
do
look.
some e-sex with me now? Is that the
Also,
threat?
wait. I think I don't know how to distinguish the trolls from the real people, but I think this XGLO guy genuinely thought like what I was saying was like crazy. I don't know if you want to like have a conversation. I've already spoke to Xidi for an hour. I don't know. I don't think he wants to speak to anymore.
I don't know what this nigga whisperer saying that I'm winning by being obnoxious. No, I win because I
No,
can give
that's
actual
not what I'm
arguments.
saying.
Maybe because
That's not what
niggers
I'm
in
saying,
it, because that's
bro.
what they are. They
Bro,
are
that's not
black
what I'm
dirty
saying.
niggers.
Oh
They
my
just
god.
shit talk on me. They just talk back. They exiled his ass a bit, but that's because they're
That's
the
not what
same
I've
niggas
never
who
said
lost
that,
to me
bro.
in the past, right? So that's why they shit talk. So they
I've never said
believe
that,
that I'm
bro.
dumb, and then when it debate me, they literally lose negative difficulty.
I never said
So
that, bro. I think it
Bo,
was.
so what? See. I'm not talking to you. I wasn't talking to you. I'm talking
Okay,
to the niggas in the text chat. The fuck,
yeah.
nigga.
Whoever said he lost, fucking
Okay,
fuck them. Okay, Xidi he didn't lose, bro. But he
okay.
didn't win either. But he didn't lose. I think it's hyper intentional. Anyway, XGLO on mute, bro. I want to talk to you about what I said that you thought was like crazy wrong. I think you were crazy about the water H2O stuff. Even though that's like a typical
Bro,
example.
who cares? Who cares, bro? What the fuck?
No, because I don't like when
Ah.
people like troll me too much, bro. Like see
But
Pookie Bear troll.
maybe he simply means to say that he doesn't think every time you have H2O you have water because you could have ice or like gas or like whatever. No, not gas. How do you go? Vapor? How do you call it in English? Whatever the fuck. But you get it. Maybe he's probably
Hold on,
referring to that, bro. Come on,
let
who
me get off
cares
this
about
fucking
that
call.
shit?
Water vapor.
Oh wait,
Water, I don't care, I give a fuck.
Water
UK,
Reaper.
British or
Actually,
American, it doesn't matter. Cookies are gonna be better than biscuits, and fries is gonna be better than fucking chips. That's all we care about. Putting that aside, so
These
see, bro, it
keeps.
doesn't matter, bro. I still think you've been begging the question the whole time you've been surveyed. You didn't give like a defeater. I just want
okay.
you
I
to
mean,
give one.
look, man, you're entitled to your own opinion. If you think I beg the question, that's fine. I don't really feel like
Okay,
explaining
but
myself
how
again.
can you deny? Okay, look, if an object has to
Axility.
be by its wait, Tron, one second, brother. I'm sorry. Just let me say this and then say whatever you want. All I'm trying to say is, how can you deny intentionality being identical to extensionality whenever you have something that is logically necessary? That's the point. For example, if you look at the laws of logic, the law of identity, let's say, the intentionality of the law of identity would have to be identical to its extensionality. If we want to use different terms, such as medieval philosophical terms, we will use essence and existence. The essence is the whatness of a thing or the identity,
I know what it is.
and okay, yeah, but I'm saying also for the other people in VC. I'm just saying it so for the sake that I can say that I said it in VC, so that niggas cannot show me nor shit, right? So once again, that's what essence is. The existence is its actuality. It's like whether or not it's applicable to reality, whether or not it's like it exists in reality. The
Yep.
point is, if you have something that is logically necessary, the essence of such object, so what it is, must correspond to its existence. It's actually the same thing of saying that its intentionality corresponds to the extensionality.
Yeah. Okay. So
So
look,
okay, so why would you
eh,
deny? Why would you try
no,
to
no,
argue
no,
against
no,
that?
no.
That's total
That's
nonsense
not.
because that's what I was
No,
saying.
no,
So if you want to say now that that's not what you've been
no.
disagreeing with, then it
That's
just
not what
means you
I'm
were not checking
saying.
what I said.
Bro, why are you trying to like future sight predict what I'm gonna say, bro? Look, it's what I was gonna say.
Because I've experienced. That's the point. I have experience, so I already know
Yeah,
what niggas are
fairs,
going to
bro.
say.
Look, so look, in
Whoa, that
response,
was
yeah,
rhetorical.
I'm not making a claim about whether intentionality and extensionality are the same as it pertains to all logical truths. I know most logical truths are like, for example, P, therefore P, like tautologies or stuff like that. That would
But
probably be
P
an
equal
example.
P is like identity.
Wait, hold on a second. Yeah, wait, hold on a
Okay,
second. So I know that. I
but
know
it is
that.
identity.
Yeah,
Okay,
wait. A
okay,
equals A,
okay,
for
okay.
example, is one of those examples as well. Or P, therefore
But
P.
P equal
What I'm
P,
saying
P
here is
therefore
this.
P is the same thing. It's
Or
still
what I'm saying.
identity.
But yeah, I know. What I'm saying though is this. Okay,
Yeah,
it's this. When we say, or in the example I gave, the conjunction, right?
yeah.
I mentioned how when we like the concept of God and the law of identity, conceptually they seem to mean different things. And in
Mm,
response, where it sounded like you were saying was,
mm.
in reality, they could be the same or something,
No,
right?
it wasn't just my response. No, what I said is that's why I said that you made a blunder, a mistake, because you said that they are concept, at least even seemingly. So regardless of you saying that this is definitive or just seemingly or maybe prima facie, regardless of that, okay, putting a stone on top, a rock on top of it, it still does not change the fact that you said that you have a conceptual distinction between the two of them, so they're different propositions. That's where I told you no, because if you were to know about this, you would also know that no conceptual distinction implies any real distinction, which means you could have the same object and people may have different conceptual distinctions concerning that object, but the object remains still the same. So you could have a different conceptual distinction of God and the law of identity. It wouldn't change the fact that God will be, in essence, the law of identity. Now, yes, this also implies saying what you tried to say earlier, which is that that it will be possible for God to be identical to the law of identity or like to the laws of logic, whatever. But that's not the focus, though. That's just an implication. The focus is you have that. You have that
Okay, so
term,
wait.
conceptual distinction does not imply real distinction. So
Okay, wait,
that
wait.
even the analogy you gave, it didn't work. It just didn't work.
Wait, do you think that okay, so I'll just ask you like a series of yes or no questions because I just need to see what you actually think because I'm a bit unclear. So
Okay.
in the conjunction I sent, you said that the conjunction which was P and not Q, you said that begs the question, right?
No, it was P and not Q. You sent P and not Q.
Yeah, P and not Q, you said that begs the
Oh,
question, yeah.
okay. Okay. The reason why I said it begs the question is because in my worldview, I have the disagreement with you because the contradiction by definition has to be P and not P. Okay. So
Yep.
if you try to draw that inference, or like if you send a text message and you then put P and not Q, clearly you're saying it from your perspective. which is that P and Q are different propositions, and so the denial of Q does not entail the denial of P. That was your point. That was the entire sense and meaning of you sending the message. My point is that's just the claim you make. That's just your belief. What is the proof for that? You cannot use that belief as proof for itself. It would have to be indeed proof, either proof by assertion or begging the question. So
Yeah,
not
but
even
look,
saying not even saying maybe you have to be wrong, but at least that argument was invalid. You need to give at least provide another one.
no, look, but you're misunderstanding. The label P, the letters P and Q, right?
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't have focused on them too much. What they were
What?
representing, you shouldn't focus on those too much. I think those are
We
kind of not
should.
relevant. You should focus on what I mean by those. So
Okay, what do you mean by those?
the letter P represented the law of identity. The letter
Okay.
Q represented, God not existing.
So is
And
it still within the realm of possibilities for P and Q to be the same proposition?
unless you think, hold on a second, unless you think that they're either A, intentionally the same, or B,
Mm.
extensionally the same, then they just wouldn't be the same proposition.
Okay, look, let me tell you this real quick. In propositional logic, not just in propositional logic, just in general in logic, there is a specific connotation, even if it's hidden or like an unspoken rule. But the point is, when maybe it's not even an unspoken rule. No, it's not even unspoken. This is actually like stated, like it's actually how it works. Whenever you have P and Q or any other proposition, the reason why you use different symbols and different letters is exactly because they are different propositions. That's the whole point of using symbolic logic. Because using grammar and natural language may be confusing, especially for accents, tonality, the language such as English, Italian, French, Spanish, Japanese, whatever the fuck. That's why in symbolic logic, whenever you have a proposition and that proposition is identical, you're always going to use the same fucking symbol no matter what. Therefore, if you use P and then you use a different symbol, that implies automatically that it's a different proposition. So that will be begging the question indeed.
Yeah, but look,
Now,
bro,
this wait, no, maybe wait, listen, just let me make my point. Maybe what you're trying to say is, when I'm making an example to somebody, I may talk about an X and a Y to make it to draw a general distinction, but maybe I'm exactly saying that the X is identical to Y, even though I'm using different symbols, because they may seem different, but in reality they could be the same. That's the only thing. That's the only case that I can think of to help you with that, but not in propositional logic. So my question to you is it within the realm of possibilities that the letter Q right there could potentially be the same proposition of P? We just don't know and we just need to continue with your argument or whatever? Or do you automatically exclude that Q could ever be equal to P, like at all, even possibly?
no, they're different propositions in the sense that they are different concepts. So the concept of God not existing is not the same as the concept of the law of identity not existing. But
Okay, so that means that they're different propositions.
yes,
Okay,
exactly.
so then if you say you have one proposition and then you have the denial of another proposition, I agree with you. There's not a contradiction, because a contradiction is the same proposition plus the denial of the same proposition. So then we can conclude soundly, because we just agreed with those premises or presuppositions, and obviously my inference is at least logically valid. We can literally conclude soundly that then what you did was begging the question, because it presupposes your worldview, but that was what I was questioning.
Wait,
Literally.
if what you were questioning was whether my definition of God was the same as my definition of the law of identity, that's just stipulative. I just don't define the
No,
law of identity
no,
of God the
no,
same way.
because I'm not trying to apply my worldview on your worldview. I'm not saying, oh, your worldview is just wrong. We shall just go with my worldview. Fuck you. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, obviously, I have this disagreement with you. Obviously, I see God as being in essence identical to the laws of logic. But putting that aside, by order, by chronological order, we were questioning your perspective for why that must be the case, for why there's no contradiction in God existing, God not existing.
Yeah.
And it turned out that you didn't give an argument. You just made a repetition of the same claim.
Okay.
Either
Well,
proved by assertion or beg the question, call it
silly.
whatever you want to call it. The fallacy is still there.
Exactly. Look, if you think honestly, like no hate, no disrespect. Honestly, like having that conversation was fine, and stuff like that. But like I want to kind of wrap stuff up here because I think Tron had a question for me, and after that, I want to go watch another debate. So,
Okay.
but it was a good conversation. Like no hard feelings. Like we're cool. Hopefully.
Yeah, no hurt feelings, but I have to be honest with, because when God is gonna ask me on Judgment Day, so I'll be honest with him. So I'll be honest. No, maybe you
Oh,
think I'm
shut
joking,
your
but
ass up,
no,
nigga.
nigga,
Shut up.
shut up. So I'm gonna be accountable in the eyes of God. So I'm gonna be honest. I still think that there is dishonesty on your part, not as an insult nor anything, but I think that there's been dishonesty. If you want to be cool, sure, we can be cool, but if you want to conclude, yeah, you know what, let's just conclude. I just don't think there's any way for you to escape from my general argument, because if we agreed with the first argument that I gave you the first time, that we debated a bunch of days ago, and then we agree obviously with the idea, the general idea of the Trinity, and then we find out that God is a logical necessity, I don't see you being able to escape from this. But we got the conclusion. The filioque is a logical necessity. I want you to give a rebuttal. Can you
Look,
give me a rebuttal to that?
no, we trust me, bro. Oh wait, did Tron leave? Oh shit,
I
bro.
think it did. See, now he cannot ask you the question anymore. So now you got a little bit of time, and then you'll go watch the other debate.
No, I want to watch the other debate now. Exactly, we've been talking for like 2 hours, bro. Like
It's
2
not
hours.
2 hours. It's a bit less than that, but okay.
It's been an hour and when did we start talking? Let me think.
It's a hour and 20 minutes at best. I have the recording right here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, an hour 20. Wait, hold on. Let me just answer Tron's question, and I'm actually gonna go because
Okay.
I don't have much time.
Okay.
Tron, what was your question, bro?
Hold on, bro. I gotta go somewhere. Give me a sec. Okay. Finally, this nigga is like going. Yeah. So my question was specifically about the symmetric dependence
Yep.
between God and the laws of logic.
Don't jargon. Don't jargon. Trying to
I'm
warn
not
again that I'm
jargoning.
you.
I'm not.
Yeah,
No,
don't
don't
I'm
jargon.
jargon,
literally not
Tron,
even
bro.
jargoning. He literally
Don't
said
No,
that.
jargon.
but earlier you did. So maybe because you were
No,
trying
I
to be
didn't. You
funny,
fuck.
but
Hey,
okay.
don't jargon, bro. Just answer
I'm
the
not
question.
jargoning, nigga. I'm just
Okay,
asking.
John, just go ahead. Just go ahead.
Auxiliary, can you
Yeah.
shut the fuck up? Yo,
No.
bro.
Ask the question, bro. I don't have much time.
Okay, so when you made the proposition that God is just gonna have the symmetric dependence with the laws of logic,
Yeah.
what do you define symmetric dependence as? That's my only
Um,
question.
if A is symmetrically dependent on B, or rather, I should say, if the dependency between A and B is symmetric, then A depends on B, and B also depends on A.
All right, bro. That was my only question, bro.
But yeah.
Thank you, sweetie. Give me a kiss. Give me a kissy.
No. You glazed the whole time, bro. What you
Is
do
he
this to
talking?
crap?
Yo, I can only drink my niggas cum, man. I can only drink my niggas.
No,
Oh,
no,
Hey,
that's
but
so
you
gay.
right that I'm with my alt account, right?
see,
Huh?
can we? I mean, not see you. Exility, can we e-sex?
No.
I'm gonna be right back.
Oh, look, it's 22194. What's up, 22194? I want to hear your voice quickly before I go.
Yo, what's good, bro?
Yo, why do you dick cry so much, bro?
Bro, I was trolling, bro.
You- oh, oh my god, you know what? Yeah, this community has the most annoying people ever, bro. Like, if I'm debating, this is like the worst community to be in, bro. Niggas just troll the whole time, and dick cried and
Hey,
gay.
wait. Didn't you go to purgatory?
I don't think Exili likes purgatory, and since it's Exili, I don't really mind debating him here.
Okay.
It's not like there's palm abuse or anything. It's just like you niggas in chat are so distracting, bro. I can't even
Actually,
like.
I actually
Yeah,
enjoyed this conversation. I thought this shit was gonna be terrible and ass.
Hey,
Exility,
John,
yeah.
What do you want?
Exili is
go,
not bad. I think it's
go
underrated,
to
but
the private server.
I think Exili also has like a very thick accent, and that like
Yeah,
stops people from listening to what he says.
that's what I be saying as well. Because in another dialogue with this nigga with Yanni and Rizhan, these niggas were so confused because of Exility's thick ass fucking accent. They weren't knowing that nigga was just naming a P and not P.
What?
Yeah,
What are you even referencing?
To your
I don't
shitty
know. I
ass
think he's
accent.
rambling again, bro. I think he's rambling,
Your
but
shitty accent. Yeah, so Exility, you got way better. What docs you been reading, bro? You had to slide the sauce.
I not been reading anything, bro. Didn't read any shit.
yeah, guys, I'm gonna go. God bless. I'm gonna go watch Hyde versus Hyde, right?
No.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's debating Lucario right now.
In where? Where?
Purgatory.
Ah, shitty server.
You're
I'm
a
not
troll,
interested.
bro.
No,
No,
niggas
No,
be
you're the
dick right.
troll.
join.
You're the troll. You're the
No,
troll.
no, see, bro. Oh no, he left.